The beaches of Santa Monica and Venice, not too far from our setting today, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. D.A., take it away.
Thank you very much, Kevin. As Coach Monty Williams tells it of Devin Booker, he's a bucket. Devin can score on many levels. Post up, mid-range, catch and shoot, off the dribble. More than anything, he'll take the wins over stats every time. And that's what I love about him. He's just scratching the surface. Kevin?
He sure is, David. Great report. Thanks. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for DeAndre Ayton.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. The star backcourt of Paul and Booker are out there. And it's Nader in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, post tandem for him, Morris and Zubac. The perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. And it's Jackson in at the point. You know, we expect it to rain threes tonight for sure, Smitty. Both teams can really shoot the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, get ready for some points. This one could turn into a 3-point storm.
And the pass to George. Booker pulls it in. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Pass to Paul. Ball's knocked loose. Paul George with the steal. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Outside George. Clock at 6. Knocked away. Here's Nader. Paul outside. Booker outside. Shoots over Leonard. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor no matter what you do. And it seems like your opponent does it better.
You know, they were reacting rather than dictating. I thought they played scared all night.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's denied. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Five on the clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. From deep, George. It's hauled in by the Suns. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we overanalyze things. Can be better to just let it go.
Now, here's George. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Leonard inside. Leonard draws the double. Here's Zubac, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
It's no secret that Kawhi has focused on improving his passing. Great look there.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game.
Well, with Zubac on the floor, you know what you'll get. Gives great effort when he's engaged.
Also, the plus is, GA, he does a good job of rim running. He also dives well on pick and rolls, and combined with his offensive rebounding, gives you some size in the middle.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Paul surveying the floor. Booker with no one around. Nailed from three-point land.
As a distributor, Paul is just a machine. He's constantly creating for his guys.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Leonard attacking, and the shot goes in.
Wow, with that strength, if Kawhi wants to drive it, there's not much you can do to stop him.
Booker outside. Over in the corner, Paul. Down low. Here's Ayton. Banked in off the glass.
CP3 is a nightmare in pick and roll situation.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. The Suns beat them last time these two teams met in Phoenix.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
It looked like there were communication breakdowns all night. Deadly, especially when you're on the road.
And with Booker's mechanics and confidence, you're always going to assume he's going to make that.
Nobody near George. Misses the three. The Suns leading. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Paul. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Now, here is George. Really disappointing game for him in that loss to New Orleans. Passes it to Leonard. 4 on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
What strength from the seasoned veteran. Leonard loves going at defenders and scoring on them.
Here's Crowder. And the layup is good.
Jay Crowder.
Now George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. Defended by Crowder. 14 feet away. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Steve, we know about Paul George, a fantastic outside shooter. He's been an elite three-point artist for some time.
Paul George can get a shot up over most defenders. That's why Kevin has a career three-point percentage that's creeping towards 40%. And he seems to be getting better with age.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And it's really a delicate balance, isn't it, Steve, for some of the teams at this point, trying to keep guys rested and ready for the playoffs, but also not wanting to lose any momentum.
Kevin, there's much more of a focus on that now. You're totally right. Balancing the workload across the entire team is almost a science at this point. The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
Paul passes to Ayton. Booker outside. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by the Clippers. There's the pass to Jackson. Outside Leonard. Pass to George. Lets it go. A shot. No good. The Suns go the other way with it.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Crowder feeling it out a bit. Near the three-point line, it's Booker. Again, Phoenix.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Clippers trail by 4. And that's a foul called on Abdul Nader. That's foul number 2 for him.
He was too aggressive. That's already his second foul. We haven't even gotten out of the first quarter.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac, and it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Saric has checked in for the Suns. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got 6.
The mid-range analytics do not apply to Kawhi. That's his shot.
Paul against Ibaka. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And he recovers it. For 3, Booker, and he stays with it. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by Booker.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And, Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with.
That one drops. He ties it up.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Payne looking around. Booker against Kennard. And the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
Bledsoe outside. Leonard finds Bledsoe. 5 to shoot. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And sometimes it really seems Bledsoe is better finishing through contact, almost like he enjoys the challenge.
Now, here's Shamet. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Up again. It's good on the putback. McGee's got it all tied up now for Phoenix.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Kennard kicks to Leonard. Driving inside. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Kennard against Booker. Puts up a 3. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Ibaka, the pass to Kennard. Pass to Leonard. shoots over Shamet. Again, the Clippers.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
It's Payne with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 1. He dishes it to Booker. From the low block, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
This is a guy who once scored 70 points in a game. Booker, doesn't take much for him to start percolating.
Bledsoe passes to Ibaka. He kicks it to Leonard. Into the lane.
Oh, did you see that? Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
And the Suns call time.
You know, Serge Ibaka, not the player he used to be, but he still has great touch on his shot. Doesn't have that same explosive step, but he's still good.
And the Clippers making a change here. Muscala's checked in. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Phoenix. McGee finds Payne. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to Shamet. That 3 off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Batum, good. And now a 3-point Clipper lead.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Payne passes to Shamet.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Launches a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
The coaching staff encourages Shamet to take these shots. It's what he's out there to do.
Bledsoe dishes to Ibaka.
Foul against the Suns. Cameron Johnson.
And the length that Batum provides on the wing is really great for both sides of the ball.
It makes switching on picks so much easier, GA. Nicholas Batum has been a solid defender his whole career, in large part due to that unbelievable wingspan.
They throw good. Nicholas Batum.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 from 3-point range in the first quarter. 1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. Johnson right side. Payne kicks to McGee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Poked away. Over Bledsoe. And he overshot that one, missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Kennard. Payne grabs the board. The Suns trailing. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
.59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Shamet. Here's McGee. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Bledsoe finds Ibaka. Kennard against Johnson. Now here's Kennard. Defense is right there, and he gets it to go.
With good size for a two-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Takes it inside. Payne passes to Saric. And the rejection by Ibaka. Johnson, good. Now, here's Kennard. He's covered by Shamet. Now, here's Kennard. Bledsoe for three. And no good that time.
Serge Ibaka. That's his first personal foul.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the night.
And looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for Phoenix. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And Dario Saric, last season signing a 3-year deal to remain with the Phoenix Suns, and he's transitioned to the reserves.
You need to be starting your role. You know, you coming from the bench, you know, that's a coach decision. Mentally, I need to prepare for everything. And that was in my mind, you know, come there, try to play fast.
And quality depth, Greg, we know part of what's made this team successful. Saric certainly capable.
And while he's playing less minutes than he did earlier in his career, I think he's still every bit as effective, and that's the key.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. They've got Cameron Johnson. Cameron Payne is out there with Landry Shamet. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Nader in at the 3 spot. Greg, you played on one of college basketball's all-time super teams. Hard to imagine we'll see that kind of dominance over several seasons like you guys had at UNLV.
It's true, and we still see dominant teams, but, you know, the difference is now the most talented teams tend to only play together for one season. And so that makes it really hard to run together stretches where you can call yourself a legitimate dynasty. But I still love where our game is and look forward to watching these young men chase their dreams.
Now, here is Muscala. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bledsoe. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
That's his third
Fans, and honestly, sometimes even us broadcasters especially can overlook defense, Steve, especially when it comes to guards.
It's hard to spot great defensive guards, but Eric Bledsoe, Kevin, is certainly one of those guys. Very strong on the ball. He's been a first-team all-defensive member. Remember, back in 2019-20 season, Bledsoe was a key part of the Bucks' D, which was first in the league in team defensive rating.
No good on that one.
An underrated two-way player. Bledsoe wows you with his offense, but he's also made the all-defensive first team.
And he's good on the second. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his play on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He's certainly playing at an elite level. EA, thank you. Bledsoe passes to Batum. And here's George for three. A shot that time, not on target. So Phoenix will take it the other way. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. To the middle. Here's McGee. And the slam dunk by McGee.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. The pass to Muscala. Now, here's Kennard. Guarded closely. Oh, good with the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here is McGee. Basket good. McGee's got the lead up to 8 now for the Suns.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Bledsoe passes to Kennard. Outside, Batum. 6 to shoot. Now here's Bledsoe. He's guarded closer. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
And that bully ball mentality of Bledsoe, a rugged guard with outstanding body control. Fantastic finish.
Tipped away. Batum with the steal. George looking around. Oh, good on the triple.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Payne finds Johnson. Takes the three. Got a piece of it. Clippers trail by 6. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The shot's good.
Defense does a good job, but George won't relent. He rises to meet their challenge.
And the Suns call time here.
It's time for T-shirts.
Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Muscala. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Eric Bledsoe. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Ayton, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Crowder comes in for Johnson. Booker, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Paul's subbed in for Cameron Payne. Now here's Ayton. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
Yeah, but I thought the shot blocking was the real story. I mean, he was just everywhere. It got hard to keep track of all his rejections.
And George kicks to Jackson. Back to George. Clock at 6. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Filing to try and stop the shot, but PG-13 with terrific body control makes him pay.
And we all know what George brings offensively, but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. And the Suns making a change here as well. Charge is checked in. That's good from George. And with Paul George in his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
And Ayton throws it down.
Sweet find there by Booker. All eyes on him with the ball, and Devin understands that. That has a nice feel for giving up the rock.
Now here's Jackson. He had 15 points last outing. It's blocked. Ball passes to Crowder. Suns keep it alive. Here's Ayton. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 5-point Phoenix lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Phoenix.
They're doing a great job defensively down low. They've already racked up a lot of blocks. They've established an intimidation factor early in this one.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
Zubac. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And for Jay Crowder, nothing has been given to him. He fights and he competes.
Now here's Jackson. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. George, no good.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
A flawless finish on the alley-oop. Ayton's got the lead up to 9 now for the Suns.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Los Angeles with another miss. Suns have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Ayton is a player who, Greg, occasionally shoots a three, but it's still a developing part of his game.
Yeah, you know, not the best numbers from outside. Does it to keep teams honest, but it's a far-fetched to say he can stretch a defense.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of Ayton, a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
Ayton hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Your Clippers pick. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get loud for your Clippers Spirit.
Jackson with it. to George. Shoots over Crowder. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Inside. Knocks it loose. Leonard with the steal. Outside Jackson. Can they get it? Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Jackson against Paul. Dishes it to Ayton. Suns moving the ball around. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Crowder. Crowder's got 3 assists in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And the Clippers call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Leonard. 26 points for him last game against New Orleans. Leonard draws the double. Ibaka right side. 6 on the shot clock, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Here's Leonard.
The hustle, the energy. I like when Sarge gets after it and does his best to affect shots.
Paul outside. Pass to Booker. Fires the 3. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists in the game. Outside Leonard. Will it go? And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
On any given night, Kawhi can just take control of the offense and at least score from all 3 levels.
Now here's Booker. 26 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And then there was his pass. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates. And they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
That's what happens when nothing goes your way. You start to lose focus, and it makes matters worse.
Booker against Leonard. Knocked loose. Leonard with the steal. Kicks to George. Fires the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 8 points here in this quarter.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Leonard against Booker. Feeds to Ayton. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
And here's Jackson. Leonard the pass to George. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Passes it to Paul. He takes it in. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Phoenix ball.
Eric Bledsoe is checked in for George. And the Suns making a change here as well. Johnson, he's checked in for Saric. And Phoenix has possession. There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Paul, and he drives in. Jackson up top. Back to Leonard. The 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Outside Crowder. They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And here we go. Lays it up and in off the prettiest hit.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Paul against Jackson. And it's blocked by Ibaka. And they'll keep possession. And yes, it's good.
And is it any wonder they're ahead in this game? His perfect night from the field has been the catalyst.
Jackson looking it over. 43 seconds left in the first half. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his second.
Chris Paul picks up that one.
Reggie Jackson can still provide scoring. Maybe not at the 19 points per game level he once did, but he can still make an impact.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
You know, he was the 24th pick in 2011. I think it's safe for us to say Jackson's outplayed that draft slot.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And then for Phoenix, JaVale McGee's checked in for Ayton. Landry Shamet comes in for Jay Crowder. And it's Payne in for Chris Paul. And so Jackson nails both of them. Phoenix leading by 11. Here's Payne. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers. Johnson outside. Another 3 for Phoenix.
And this really is the story of the game. They've been outstanding from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter.
Now Jackson. He has 6. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it fly. Misses the jumper. And so it's Phoenix sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much with Ty Lue. Coach, do you think your turnovers and struggles at the offensive end fuel their scoring?
Always. We turn the basketball over. It's hard for us to get back, get our defense set. So we got to do a better job taking care of the basketball and have a good shot selection.
We'll see what you can do to make that better as the game goes, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, if you want to get into your offense quickly before the defense can set up, creating turnovers is a great way to do it.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Post tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. The perimeter filled up by Leonard and George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Here's Jackson. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Jackson passes to Zubats. And here's George for 3. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 12 in the game.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Paul kicks to Shamet. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Clippers trail by 15. George passes to Zubats. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Pushing it up. And the shot's good from Crowder. 6 points for him.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Now here's George. 12 points for him. The dish to Jackson. And he uses the glass on the lane.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
For 3, Booker. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
You know why? Success breeds confidence, and he's certainly been successful from there, time and time again.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 19 over Paul. Another one falls for the Clippers.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Here's the thing. He's a guy who will go on hot streaks for you over a number of games.
And the intelligence. Love watching Booker operate in these situations. His decision-making has really improved over the years.
George with the ball. He's covered by Shamet. And George kicks to Jackson. Poked loose. George against Crowder. And they'll get another chance. And the dunk by Zubats.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
You know, this is one of his specialties, keeping plays alive, creating second chance opportunities.
Timeout called, the Suns. And the Suns making a change here. Nader's checked in. The pass to Crowder. Kicks it out to Booker. The three-pointer, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 16-point game. From downtown, Booker pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Yes, that goes in. Booker's got 9 points in the quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
And here is Los Angeles now. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Crowder against George. Just 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Paul. Paul's got 5 rebounds tonight.
He's had a tough time getting it going, and he's put this team behind the 8 ball.
An easy 2 points on the layup. Paul's got 7 points in the game.
Have to admire Paul's concentration. He takes pride in finishing on aggressive coverage.
On the wing, George, defended by Crowder. Here's Leonard. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Leonard's got 23 points.
Man, he's been on point, not forcing things, getting the most of his looks within the flow.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
Here's Booker. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Here's Ayton. Back to Booker. Shoots over Leonard. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul.
Sharch is checked in for Jay Crowder.
Dario Sharch.
Clippers trail by 18. Outside Leonard. The three from George. Rebound by the Suns.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Chalk up two there.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
George with the ball. 12 points for him. They get it back. Zubats. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Booker against Leonard. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
Anytime you get as many points from the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
One shot.
Free throw good, Booker.
And, you know, Booker might have been a volume shooter, at least early in his career, but now he's a legit #1 option for an offense.
George dishes to Muscala. Jackson passes to George. Here's the three. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 15.
He is starting to build up a little confidence. Hit just 1 3 in the entire first half, but he has hit 2 more since then.
And Greg, the efficiency for Booker has grown over the years.
And no longer forcing shots. Takes what's available to him. And I believe he can be the leading scorer on a championship caliber team.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days, but they're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. The Suns have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Eric Bledsoe comes in for Reggie Jackson. And a change for the Suns. Payne's checked in. So he gets them both. And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Clippers. Pass to George. There's the triple. Saric grabs the board. Suns leading by 20. Paul outside from deep. Got a hand on it. Outside, George. It's tipped. And here is Paul. He has 7. And there's 8, and that's good on the assist from Payne. Payne's got his 3rd assist on the night. Outside, George. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Zubac. And it's Batum in for Paul George. JaVale McGee's checked in for Phoenix. Here's Bledsoe. He has 5. Chris Paul grabs the miss. Paul's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Nader kicks to Paul. Pass to Nader. Now here's Payne, guarded by Bledsoe. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. Here's McGee, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and Phoenix also making a switch. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Dario Saric.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw off from McGee. Clippers have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Here's Nader. He's covered by Leonard. Nader's shot's good. Nader's got his first points in this one. Now here's Bledsoe. Payne covering. Bledsoe passes to Kennard. He dishes it to Leonard. To halt the run. That's tipped. Passes to Batum. And the Clippers miss again. Phoenix has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And the Clippers call time here.
And with Chris Paul, he makes this team work, gets the most out of his teammates, and has done that wherever he's played.
Landry Shamet checked in for the Suns.
Landry Shamet.
And here is Los Angeles now. Bledsoe finds Batum. Now here's Leonard. To end the cold streak. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bledsoe. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. McGee's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's his second personal
And
foul.
they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Shooting
And
for
this
Phoenix,
is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
And it's Bledsoe with the ball for Los Angeles. He kicks it to Batum. Outside Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
And Los Angeles guys shooting around 44% in this third quarter. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul.
personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Clippers with the ball. Bledsoe kicks to Ibaka. Dishes to Leonard. Six to shoot. And there's the pass to Kennard. Phoenix has gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Pass to Nader.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Shaman with it. Clock at 6. Over Bledsoe. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Batum scanning the floor. And the foul called on Cameron Payne.
Cameron Payne.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
.139 left in the third. Here's Ibaka, and off the front iron, and in it goes.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
Now Payne. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. That one falls.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Now here's Leonard. 25 points in the game. Here's Bledsoe. Trying to get open is Ibaka. No good from Bledsoe. Phoenix has gone into a slump here from three-point range. Shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Nader the pass to Payne. McGee trying to break free. Payne's shot is good. Payne's got 4 points in the quarter.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Ibaka dishes to Leonard. Bledsoe taking his time here. Pass to Kennard. Clock is at 3. The Sun shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Shamet the pass to McGee. Shamet kicks to Payne. Pass to Johnson. Back to Payne. Here's Shamet. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Suns ahead, opening up a And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Los Angeles guys shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. So with Paul on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Landry Shamet is out there with Cameron Payne. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Kaminsky in at center. Now here's Payne. Here's Shamet. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Three-pointer.
From range, Landry Shamet is just a natural, has total confidence in his own abilities.
Here's Coffey. Kicks it to Batum. Plays it up and banks it in. And that's now 6 points for Batum.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The pass to Shamet. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Carter, the pass to Batum. Here he goes. And that one, good. Here's Payne. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Outside Crowder. A steal. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. Payne with the block. And he gets it back. Carter outside. High post to Baca. 6 on the shot clock. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. And for the Suns, they're shooting fantastically in this game. 62% from the floor. That's tipped. Carter outside. Pass to Kennard. Here's Coffey. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession.
Phoenix ball.
A different look for the Clippers. Muscala, he's checked in for Ibaka. Roby comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Luke Kennard. The waiters checked in for the Suns. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now here's Payne. Tight defense on him. The Clippers grab the miss. Here's Coffey. He kicks to Muscala. We're seeing a lot of top high school players opting for the G League over college now, Craig. What's your advice to top young players on their path to the NBA?
And, well, Kevin, I think you just answered it. It's their path. And I don't think the same path is right for everybody. There are going to be a lot of talented young men and women who want to go to college for the experience, for the environment, for the networking, right? You're going to make some of the best friends you'll ever have on a college campus. Having said that, though, some kids aren't in the college, aren't in the school. They want to just go and pursue their passion and their craft, and that's why I think the G League and the developmental leagues that are out there are so good for these young players.
Chris Paul's checked in for the Suns. Carter dishes to Jackson. Driving to the basket. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Here's Paul. The teardrop falls in.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Paul against Jackson. Got a piece of it. Paul against Jackson. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
So crafty down low. Chris has every shot in the book.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Carter with it. Chris Paul covering. Carter, the pass to Coffey. 4 on the clock. There's Jackson with the 3. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And that one's good. Shemet.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Carter down low. He's covered by Shemet. Smitty last year at the play-in tournament, the late season really heated up. Do you enjoy seeing teams work extra hard to secure their positions?
Kevin, I loved it. There was no time to rest for those teams that wanted to fight their way out of the play-in. And like you said, at the end of the season, we had a lot of drama.
Two shots.
That's good from Carter. And Phoenix making a change here. Booker's checked in. Carter hits them both. Booker with it. To the inside. Here's Coffey, defended by Paul. Carter kicks to Jackson. The tray bangs home the trifecta. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, a little inconsistent from deep when he first entered the league. Jackson now an emerging three-point threat.
Ball against Jackson. Booker outside. And here is Kaminsky. 5 on the clock. Pass to Shemet. Stolen by Jackson. Passes it to Coffey. Looking back at the previous decade, Steve, in the NBA, super teams have been dominant in the league. Do you like the ones with 2 or 3 stars?
You know, each has its advantages, Kevin. The 2-star model allows for a deep bench. We saw that with AD and LeBron in LA. But the 3-star alignment, a la the Brooklyn Nets, those can be potent on the offensive end. Both work if you're raising up those trophies.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Now Carter. Shoots the 3. Here's Roby. Poked loose. Now here's Paul. Over Jackson. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here is Carter. Now the pass to Muscala. Pass to Coffey. 6 to shoot. Count that bucket. Coffey's got his first 2 points.
Beautiful call that time up the floor. The hard screen frees him up for the bunny.
Shoots. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Shemet's got 11 in the second half. Outside Jackson. There's the dish to Carter. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Paul. Paul's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. All right, Greg, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think right now has the best backcourt in the NBA?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, so many terrific backcourts to choose from. You know, Phoenix has got to be in that conversation with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. But I'll tell you what, with the Splash Brothers healthy and back at it, it's just hard to beat that combination.
And Phoenix making a change here. Nader's checked in. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
At the line for LA, Reggie Jackson at the stripe. At the line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops for Jackson. Both free throws good from Jackson.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
LA's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Ball against Jackson. And he banks in the layup. Jackson's got 11 in the second half.
The aggressiveness of Jackson, able to drive and convert against tight defense.
Now, here's Shamet. He's covered closely. And it's Paul missing.
He's been of no help stretching the floor tonight. Just 1 3 in the first half. Nothing in the second.
To the paint. Now, here is Muscala. He's guarded closely, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Javon Carter. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Now, here's Shamet. He's tightly guarded. Paul passes to Nader. And here is Kaminsky. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Roby with the rebound. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. And taken away by Paul. Pass to Shamet. Here's the waiter. Knocked loose. Paul passes to Nader. Now here's Kaminsky. Just 4 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Kaminsky. Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th. Right around 46-47%. To the middle. Here's Coffey. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now, here's Shamet. D right on him. Paul outside. Back to Shamet. Down low, here's Kaminsky. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Kaminsky's got 4 this quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Phoenix.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And in the win-loss column, tonight's game will push their record up to 54 wins on the year.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year. And as usual, great numbers and a dominant display.
For Devin Booker.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for Muscala. Ball against Jackson. Shoots a fader. Coffee can't get it to go.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Here's Nader. Releases. Kept alive. Back to Paul. Passes it to Nader. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.